All right, yo. Welcome back. Today, we are ranking problematic artists. All right, so these are artists with big controversies behind them or some type of scandal, some whatever, problematic artists. And we're going to be ranking them based on how much I separate the art from the artist. So the first tier we have is still bumping, which is like, I don't give a fuck about any of the controversy. Like, I'm still listening to you. I'm still supporting you 100%. Like, it don't matter to me. Okay? And then our second tier, only the music. So I'll probably listen to you on occasion, even pretty often, but I'm probably not going to support the artists themselves by going to concerts, buying merch, things like that. Okay? I'm not supporting them, but I'm listening to the music for sure. Here and there is like, I'll listen to you occasionally. Definitely not supporting you in any other way. But now and again, I'll put on a song and not feel that bad about it. And then our last tier is hell nah. Like, bro, we are not bumping this shit at all. Okay? So those are the tiers. So let's get straight into it. All right, first, let's start with the recent controversy. Kanye West. If you don't know what Kanye West has been up to, I don't even know where to start. This man has been in controversy since like 2010, okay? But for a long time, I was able to ignore and forgive. I could forgive and forget, okay? But this recent Nazi shit, I can't get behind. I'm sorry. On top of that, the music's been trash lately. Anything after like Donda is not really it. We're not bumping anything after Donda. And even then, it's like, I don't know, some of that more recent shit is not it. But I would be lying if I told you I don't put on Graduation from time to time. If I don't put on College Dropout. And sometimes even Life of Pablo. That might be my favorite, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not going to lie. We still listen to Kanye West. But I do not. If you're buying and wearing Yeezy merch in the big 2025, stop. That is not the move, okay? I'll probably never, unfortunately, see him live because there's no way I can buy a Kanye ticket now. And, it was like, he's kind of like a toxic ex because it really took a lot for me to unfollow him on Instagram. But as of right now, I'm not following Kanye West on Instagram. So, because of that, we're going to put Kanye in only the music tier. Because, bro, we're still listening to Kanye. Don't get it twisted. But we're not supporting him in any other way, okay? He's on some fuck shit. So, Kanye, only the music. All right, next up, we got X. And X's allegations. So, his big controversy when he first blew up was that he beat the shit out of his girlfriend. And he definitely did. We have his mugshot right here to prove it. And I'm not going to lie. A lot of X's music is kind of cringe. Like, if you're listening to anything after, like, 17 or question mark, I don't know which one came out first, to be honest. I'll put it on screen. But if you're listening to anything other than those two albums and some early singles, it's kind of cringe. I don't know. Not even really because of the controversy, to be honest. Like, it's just kind of mid. But, nonetheless, I think X is a here and there artist. Okay? We're not bumping it like that or whatever. Also, rest in peace to the bro. Even though he beat the shit out of his girlfriend, nobody deserves to die that young. So, rest in peace. But we're only bumping some X here and there, okay? It's not a daily occurrence that I'm listening to some X, okay? But here and there, goes hard. All right, now, we got the GOAT himself, Playboi Carti, King Vamp, okay? And what are his allegations? So, Carti's accused of being, again, a girlfriend beater, which he kind of is, he definitely is, and a deadbeat dad. But I don't know about that second one because he did make that video where he was hanging out with him. Now, I don't know. Carti's uncancelable. Like he said, you can't cancel me because you feel some type of way, So, I'm not going to lie, bro. We're still bumping Carti. As soon as he announces a tour, I'm buying tickets. Any merch he drops, I'm copping. Like, I don't know. What he did was bad. He don't beat women, okay? I'm not advocating for that at all. But Cardi makes slappers, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So we are still bumping Cardi in the big 2025 and probably for a long while. All right, next up we have Morrissey, frontman for The Smiths, and also has done some solo work that I'm less familiar with, but you know. And Morrissey's accused, well, not accused, he definitely is having some right-wing politics as well as being definitely a little racist, on top of just being like an arrogant, pretentious asshole. But it's a little tough because when it comes to The Smiths, we are still bumping 100%. No shame in bumping The Smiths. I'll buy some merch too. I'll buy a t-shirt. Hey, if they ever did a tour together, like Reunite or whatever, best believe my ass is in the pit, okay? But in terms of solo work, I'm less familiar with it, and I really don't have any desire to. And I think that's where he has more of the more controversial music. Because, like, when you listen to The Smiths, you'll be surprised to find out that Morrissey's, like, a bitch, right? Because all the songs seem like hella left-leaning, hella progressive, like, just, you know, rebellious. The type of shit that Morrissey does not align with is the vibe The Smiths brings. But his solo work is where I think more of him starts coming through. So because we're talking about Morrissey himself and not The Smiths as a whole, I think we'll put him in only the music. Because all the shit he's done does not taint my experience when I listen to The Smiths, because that shit still goes hard. So, Morrissey, only the music. Oh, God. Do I even need to say anything for Diddy? If you're not caught up to all the lore and shit that's going on with Diddy, do your research, because there's probably plenty of videos going over that shit. So I'm not going to go over all that shit. Just know Diddy is a hell nah. We are not listening to Diddy at all anymore. Even some of my favorite songs by like Notorious B.I.G. or whatever, like that Diddy was a part of or had a main hand in producing, are like ruined now because like if you really pay attention now, he has some weird ass ad libs. I can't remember the song off top, but there's one song where he's just like whispering freaky ass shit into the mic. And it ruins the whole experience now that we all know like what's going on. So hell nah, we are not bumping Diddy. Okay, next up we got Tay-K. Tay-K 47. Now, Tay-K has some pretty serious charges. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure he's charged and been incarcerated for a home invasion where someone was unfortunately killed. Now, all the details pertaining to the case, whether he was the shooter, the fact that he was 17 but tried as an adult, we're not going to get into all that, okay? The fact of the matter is, Tay-K made bangers, and I am listening to that shit unapologetically, okay? And you know, he's paying the price. Like, that fool's not getting out till 2090 something or whatever. So, like, there's not even a chance for me to go to a Tay-K concert, buy merch, do none of that shit. But, you know, I can't lie, bro. We're still bumping Tay-K. Like, to this day, Tay-K, we're still bumping Tay-K. Okay, now we got Logic. And you might be asking yourself, what did Logic do? Like, what? I didn't think he was in any controversy. Logic's biggest sin in his main accusation is that he's cringe. Extremely, extremely cringe. Now, don't get me wrong. The early work, like Incredible True Story and Under Pressure, I enjoy. But, I don't know, everything after that he's put out, that he's said in interviews, that he's just done, cringe. It makes almost everything else he's done unlistenable. Like, think about this. He made a suicide prevention song, which is like, you know, good for him. That's a good cause. And it worked. But it didn't work for the reasons he thought he did. He made Killing Yourself cringe. Like, Killing Yourself used to be cool. Like, Kurt Cobain style. Like, that, it was edgy. It was cool. Logic made Killing Yourself cringe with that 1-800 whatever song. So, he unintentionally saved some lives, so good on him. But I'm sorry, he's a hell nah. We are not listening to Logic at all in the big 2025. No, we are not. So please don't bump any Logic around me. And yeah. All right. Next up, we got Travis Scott himself. His main controversy is, of course, the Astroworld Tour disaster. Well, I don't think it was a tour. I think it was a festival. Whatever. The Astroworld disaster, where I think at least 8 people died. Many more got injured because he failed to stop the concert when people were passing out and falling on the floor. Now, this also has a lot to do with, I feel like, the festival itself overselling. And I don't know if Travis really had anything to do with that. But nonetheless, I'm not going to lie, we're still bumping Travis. What happened was horrible, and he did have a little bit of responsibility about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, tragedies happen. And I'm still listening to Travis Scott. Like, even though that recent Jack Boy project I thought was kind of weak, like, everything else is good. Like, I'm still listening to Rodeo, fucking Birds in the Trap, Astroworld, all that shit. We're still bumping that, okay? Don't get it twisted. And, you know, if he ever goes on tour again, I'm probably going to cop tickets. So, Travis Scott, still bumping. Lastly, we got the Strokes. And Strokes mainly have been accused of just being an industry plant. Specifically, Julian Casablanca, the lead singer of the Strokes, is like known for being like a rich nepo baby with ties to the music industry. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you got successful because of daddy's money, that's fine as long as what you're putting out is good. And the Strokes make good music. So whether or not you came from nothing or you came from the fucking high rises of New York, as long as you make good music, I don't really care. So for that reason, we're still bumping the Strokes no matter what. All right, that's going to be it for ranking problematic artists. There's a lot more people I could cover, so if you want to see a part 2, let me know and comment down the artists you want to see in that. But thanks for watching. If you disagree with me, fuck you. My music taste is the best, and that's it. Peace.
I've been thinking about you. I can't live my life without you, but I can't live it with you. Yeah, we had our issues, but I think I miss you. Checking on your Instagram, I really shouldn't, cause it makes it worse.